Alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to go and actually do this element right here. We're going to do argon. I'm going to do the whole thing and show you how it's laid out. I'm going to go down and bring it down here just so we have a little bit more room to work. So we're going to work with argon. Make sure you have the periodic table pulled up. So argon is right here, and I'm actually going to take a screenshot of it so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. Oops, let's get a little zoomed in here. So remember, you can do this too. So I'm going to screenshot that. I'm going to go back to my other document. I'm going to insert that. You can crop it too. Not that you have to do this, but just for the sake of this video, to make it a little bit more, a little quicker, a little more efficient. Okay, so we're looking at that element. So when we're doing this, I'm going to make all the models. So I'm going to do Bohr. I'm going to do the Bohr model and the Lewis dot structure. So Bohr model and Lewis dot structure. Okay, so the first thing we got to figure out, we got to figure out the protons, the neutrons, the electrons, the valence electrons, and the number of energy shells or energy levels. So energy levels. So we got to find all that information. So from, we're going to start with that box. So the protons, this number right here tells us that 18 is our protons and our electrons. We can't do anything with the number of neutrons just yet, so we're going to do 39.95. We take the atomic mass here. The atomic mass is set equal to the number of protons plus the number of neutrons, so it's 18 plus the number of neutrons. If we go and subtract that, so minus 18, so we get neutrons is set equal to 22. And so that would be our answer for this one. I'm going to start changing colors so we can see. So 18, 22, 18. And then when we go back, we want to, I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. So when we go back, we need to figure out the valence electrons. We need to figure out the number of energy levels. So let's start with the number of valence electrons. So in this case, we can find valence electrons two ways. We're going to do the easy way. I'm pointing to the wrong one. Argon is right here. So argon in this case is going to be in the 18th column. So we know that it has 8 valence electrons. And if we scroll over to the left, we know that this is all the way over here. So we have an energy level 3, right? This number on the right side tells us, or I'm sorry, on the left side tells us that it's energy level 3. So this is 3, and this was 8. So now comes the more difficult part. So we go and we start to draw out the structure itself of the atom. I don't think I'm going to have enough room here, so I'm going to actually go and cut all of this. And we're going to go and make it just a little bit smaller, just so we can get that out of the way. Let's try this again. So nucleus goes in the middle, and then we surround it with atoms, or I'm sorry, energy shells. Let's try this one more time. That was a terrible circle. It panned out. Okay, one more. Okay, cool. So now we take the number of protons and the neutrons and we put that in the middle. So let's go and change that to black. So protons is 18, while the number of neutrons is going to be 22. The next thing we do is we go and take the number of electrons and we plug that around. So remember, the first shell only can hold 2. So we go and draw that. So 1, 2. Then we go back and we start to fill the next level. And the next level can hold up to 8. So we go all the way through. And since we started with 22, we got rid of 2, and so we should be left with 20 after the first ring. And so if we fill out all 8, so we subtract 8, we should have 12 left. No. Yeah, we should have 12 left. I feel like I did something wrong there. No. Oh, I did the wrong number. I didn't start with 22. I apologize. So I started with 18 electrons. Sorry, I was like, wait, hang on. So 18 electrons minus the 2 that we have in the first shell. So we should have 16. And then we go and subtract 8. So we should be left with just 8 in that outer shell. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that should be good. That should be stable. So now we went and found this number on the periodic table, but we can also find it from these energy shells, from this energy shell right there. The outermost energy shell will tell us the number of valence electrons. And then for the Lewis dot, all you do really, find the atomic symbol, which is AR, right? We already have that from the screenshot we took earlier. And then we go, and what we want to do is we want to take or make a box around argon, or whatever element it is. And then we go around and we want to place these we want to place these electrons or valence electrons going around the square itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and since it's all 8, I mean, we're just going to go all the way around, but it does matter which order you put it in. You have to put them in order that you filled them the first time. So that's all we're going to do for Lewis dot and for the Bohr model. So hopefully this is just recap for you guys.